Oh, that was a pleasant surprise.
I
There
was
might be
guessing
more.
another.
Who knows?
I know. I was guessing another one, but
Maybe. Who knows?
I can
That could be
almost
more.
guess one.
welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I'm Randy Twyford.
And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 54, which also marks one whole year of us podcasting.
Now, Emma's more excited about this than Randy and I both are, because Randy and I, that old math that we do, we're trying to figure out how 54 episodes makes a year. But hey,
Well,
we know there's leap year involved,
I went
and
to
that's
school
a
at
week.
Franklin,
So
I
Yeah.
And
went to school at
technically,
Franklin
there's
High
leap year,
School.
and we released 2 episodes in the first week. So it's 54. So on May 1st of 2023, that was last year, we released our first episode, which would be this week.
And I invite you to not go back and listen to those first 3 episodes, because they were horrible from sound. We just did not have our shit together.
No, but we're here now, so it's
We're
pretty
here
good.
now, and we're clear. We're concise.
Well, I don't know about
Sometimes.
concise.
Yeah.
I wouldn't push that one, Darren.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Randy on that one.
So, Randy, did we get Emma's taking control
That's
Yeah,
fine.
but
of this episode? So, do we have to get right into Emma stuff, or do we get to talk about our lives?
I thought we have you guys can do a little banter. I thought I kind of planned for that. What's going
okay.
on? How was your guys' week?
Well, I had an interesting week, a busy week, what I thought was going to be stressful week, but wasn't a very stressful week. But I got a colonoscopy on Wednesday, all cleared out.
Fucking
There you
gross.
Best feeling in the world. Doctor says, see you in about 7 years or so. So that's good. And then on Thursday and Friday, I spent all day with film crew and marketing crews and
Really?
with a customer, with Smithfield. I've always represented Smithfield on the fresh side of the business, and now fresh pork business is in the shitter. So we've parted ways on the fresh side, but I was picked up as a free agent on the food service side. So now I would be called the national spokesperson for their smoking fast pre-cooked barbecue products.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Just a little side gig, but we just showcased. We spent days showcasing myself and our operations and also their products. And I had a chance. They've got 16, 17,
Is that stuff
18
any good?
products.
Is it any good?
I'm telling you, Randy, I heated up every single thing they had and demoed it in front of camera. It's really good. It's really good. I almost made a bet. So the only difference was theirs is hickory smoked. So it's got some hickory to it.
Right.
I was going to ship it all in and run my restaurant for a day with it. But
really?
If it wasn't hickory smoked, it's hickory smoked and I use cherry. If I was using hickory, I think I could have pulled it off. It was good. I couldn't believe it. I said, I know you guys are paying me to do this, but it was good. I was impressed. The birria, they've got this whole line of, we couldn't call it ethnic, but we got a whole line of global proteins is what we called it. global proteins that had beef birria, carnitas, and barbacoa. And I'm telling you, it was probably some of the best birria I've ever had. It was, and the barbacoa and the carnitas. Ooh, yeah. They said, well, just donate. I mean, I've got cases of this stuff. And they're like, well, just donate it to a charity. that carnitas, and that's all going in my freezer. I'm eating that.
Yeah.
But it's something you can't go to Walmart and buy. You can. It's not a retail product. It's a food service. So I was talking directly to, on the video of think about a golf course or a restaurant, a diner that doesn't have barbecue on the menu and doesn't want to spend the money to put a smoker and a pitmaster, or a chef at a college that wants to put barbecue on the menu, or just somebody that wants, a sports bar that wants simple barbecue nachos.
Right.
You take their pulled pork, which it's not, you think of that pre-cooked product as all going to be sauced and mush.
Right.
This wasn't. This was big old chunks of pork. I mean, big chunks of pork that you could just pull apart if you wanted. You could leave it whole. But, you just heat it up in a bag. I just wrapped it in foil and threw it in the oven for, I don't know, about 45 minutes, threw it in the warmer. I'm like, okay, this doesn't have to be warm all the way. We're just shooting video and want it to look nice.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I was super impressed.
I'll be damned. Well, good deal.
I was super impressed. So hopefully we get some traction out of it. And I gave them some ideas. I think their portions are kind of off. I'd like to see them go into more individually packed portions for things like the convenience store, or, where you don't have to heat up 2 pounds or 5 pounds. They got 2 pounds, 5 pounds whole muscle, but I'd like to see a 4 or 5 ounce portion where they could, you could just take 2 of these portions out of the freezer, thaw them out, nuke it, and whatever. So
sure,
it's pretty impressive.
That makes sense. Were they open to that?
Oh yeah, they're open to it. They're already working on it, trying to figure out how they get it done. But I was just trying to be the voice of the customer. Oh, there goes them dogs again.
Marla just got home from town. Pardon the noise.
That's all right.
There's not a fucking
how's
thing
your
I
week?
can
They'll
do
go
about it.
away.
There's not a fucking
It's
thing
all right.
I can do about it.
I forgive you. Look, it's already gone. How was your week, Randy?
No, it was good. It was good. We had the truck out. What? It was. We had a good week. We had the truck out, and we had one day that sucked. But as Uncle Mike would say, you can't have winners every day. And
Right.
and been battling the weather a little bit. It was a rainy day and stuff, so that had some effect on it too. And we were away from the location, but had a couple very big caterings come along this week also. So, and not to be religious, but thank God this week is finals week. So that means
you get your
Get
payroll
your staff back.
Yeah, I get my staff back. They're, some of them are freed up this week. They'll be back this week some, and then the week after it's full bore. All 3 of my guys are back, and I won't have to book a catering event, a food truck event, and go, oh boy. And so, one big news, I think we kind of talked about it, that new food truck park that we might be getting here. We might be getting,
Right.
Yeah.
We are getting it. We are getting here in Jacksonville. Had a meeting with them. The guy,
How'd that go?
it went, say excellent is not giving it any credit. It went fantastic.
Ooh.
Good.
Well,
That's awesome.
The guy, for not saying that he doesn't know jack shit about food truck parks, he
Seemed
knows
to know
jack
enough.
shit about. Yeah, I mean, got utilities at every post, so when you pull in there, you can hook up to 30. They got 30, 50, and 20 amp service, water, sewer if you want it. You got to have a grease trap, of course, but and then he had been wanting to do it just by the month, and I talked to him, and I think we're going to be able to go in there on a daily basis and stuff and set up. So I'm not saying we're going to move our location from Circle K down there, but we may do some odd days down there at the food truck park. And he's putting up those sail things over the top, tarp, I call them tarps, but they're the triangle things, different colors you see outside. And like you see them down in Florida. They're putting up those, and got tables and chairs, and so I think the guy's on the right track. There's several trucks in Jacksonville now, and I'm concerned about not having a free one there. If I want to go in there on a Friday, or if I want to switch on a Wednesday, not having one, because I know of another truck that's interested in doing the same thing, which we wouldn't conflict with each other, but it went really good. I think it's going to be a big opportunity for us. I just hope he's good with the city and it won't be long until the regular restaurants are going to start raising hell about it. So once he gets
right on.
done what he wants, and we get 3 or 4 trucks in there, people are going to go, "Oh shit," and the other restaurants are going to go, "Oh shit, the fuckers,"
Right.
And
Right.
I see that becoming a problem the way things are. So.
Yeah.
But very good, very good.
That's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of weather, did you have any crazy weather over there in Illinois this weekend specifically?
No, we
Randy?
didn't. We just had some wind, a little bit of wind and stuff, but I dumped the rain gauge Friday evening, and I checked it this morning. We had 1 inch and 7/10 of rain, so we had some pretty good rain. So
yeah. Darren, how did your house come out with the tornado that just ripped through Des Moines on Friday?
Emma, you got to quit watching the damn news.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because my house.
The tornado hit literally touchdown in one neighborhood in Pleasant Hill, out kind of in the middle of the country. And so I was watching it today. All the new stuff was in one neighborhood. And I feel sorry for those people, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you go out to Omaha where it went through. Yeah, my buddy, it went right by his farm and just obliterated. He's got his buddy shooting a video until he had to go get cover, and then later, I mean, it decimated. There was nothing left but 2x4s all over the ground in Elkhorn, Nebraska. But yeah, Sherry, we're sitting around. That was Friday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Friday night, we're sitting around, and of course, I'm outside, right? Tornado sirens are going off. I mean, I live up on a big hill.
Midwestern as it gets.
Right next to a trailer court. And I'm like, man, this is perfect viewing.
Target.
Right?
Target.
Just target, And so everybody's checking on me. The OBR guys are checking on me. Everything fine? Everything going on? Oh, hell yeah, I'm outside. Just check it out. I'm shooting videos, and Sherry's going, I think you need to come inside. And I'm like, no, I don't see any rotation. We don't even have any wind. And so all that back and forth, never saw a thing, just lightning and rain and shit like that. And sirens went off 30 times because we live kind of between Des Moines and Ankeny and Bondurant and Altoona, so you can hear all the sirens. So they were just, at one time they were all going off. But I'm watching the radar and I'm like, I'm not seeing much here. So, but then we went finally about 9:30. She's like, okay, I think it's pretty much done. I'm going to bed. Then at 11 o'clock, my phone went off. Now, it hadn't went off all the other times.
Interesting.
But at 11 o'clock at night, when that bitch was on the charger, it went off and scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what the hell? And so I get up. Sherry's sleeping. I get up and I go outside. And I mean, it's about as eerie. If I knew we were going to get a tornado, I figured we were going to get slammed right then. Really? I mean, it was like, it was so eerie and dark and just really eerie. But it only lasted about 20 minutes. I just kind of hung out and just kept my eye to the sky. I'm really not that irresponsible, but I am going to be the guy that gets it on video if it's going past the house. That's going to be me. But I did. It was serious enough that I did go start my generator. I have an in-home generator. I made sure that was running, so I let it run for about 15 minutes manually, and then so it would kick on automatically, because I do like my creature comforts. If we are going to get blown away, I just soon have electricity.
Yeah, that makes sense. Duh.
Have you
heard? The news definitely made that seem way more intense than it really was, because if the newscasters' faces looked like they were in absolute terror, so then I was freaked out, and I wasn't home.
Yeah, that on Channel 8, that was at Jason. Sherry goes, he looks nervous, and I'm like, they're like, we see rotation. There's really not a tornado on the ground. We just see rotation. I'm like, rotate this, buddy. I just couldn't even watch him.
His co-news, like the co-weather woman, she just was like, constantly, like, she was doing an Emma. She wasn't checking her pulse, but she was like, her heart rate constantly, and you could just tell she was in fear. So I was all freaked out, and I wasn't at home. I was in Altoona, so I was worried that my dog was gonna die all day. I almost went home, but she was with my brother, so all was fine. But yeah, it was wild how intense they made that feel.
It kind of was a wild.
They had a massive concert at Wells Fargo, sold out show for Zach Bryan, and I was asking my buddies who were there. I was like, "What was that like being in the middle of the tornado during the concert?" He said they didn't even stop it; they just played longer.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he just played.
They just kept him inside.
I'll be damned.
So he played one of his most popular songs for about 25 minutes because it's one of those that he could just play in a loop. Yeah, and it's always a good time. So it was long.
I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah,
I saw he was playing in a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Darren, you said OBR. Have you heard if the Operation Barbecue Relief guys are headed to Des Moines or to Lincoln, Nebraska?
Well, they're not headed to Des Moines. I think they're deploying to Nebraska. So I know the gal that's the Iowa lead. She lives over there on the Nebraska border, and so she posted something last night that our friends over at Porky Butts, they got together and he donated 300 pork sandwiches yesterday until they got the boots on the ground. They called wanting to know, hey, do I got smoker capacity? Can I loan them out a smoker, which I've done in the past? And I said, yeah, I can loan you a smoker up until graduation season, and then kind of need that capacity back. But then I never heard much else, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. So
it usually takes them, unfortunately, by the time they get set up, because they're really focused on first responders and things like that. So it usually takes them 2 or 3 days before they can get the clearance from all these cities about where do I set up an encampment or whatever. It's not a very quick, deployment thing. It takes them a while. Not their fault, because they're ready to go, man. They were on top of it. I was getting calls out of Florida from Mike Richter saying, hey, everything okay? What's going on? Hey, and then pretty soon I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Hey, you got any smokers? Yeah, I got them if I need them. But sounds like they got hooked up with Porky Butts, and he was doing pork yesterday and chicken today and things like that. So
Porky Butts didn't have any damage. They're okay?
I think they're fine. He said it went about a mile east of his house.
Uh-huh.
Watched it go just east of his house, and then it just decimated that town of Elkhorn.
Yeah.
Just leveled at EF5.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. So it felt like we were in Oklahoma there for a little bit. We haven't had, the week before my hometown got hit just north of town and just leveled off buildings and houses and stuff like that. It, luckily, all went to the north.
Hey, your first surprise is here.
The first surprise.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Adita?
Hey.
You're gonna have to get on camera, Carrie Luke.
Hey,
we can't even
you?
hardly see you.
You can.
I don't like to be on camera, D-Dub.
Okay, well, Carrie Luke, if you can't be on camera, then I found a picture this morning from 2010.
Oh no.
Okay. And we happened to be in Louisiana, and I was looking, so if you don't want to be on camera, then I'll just show this picture. So that
it wasn't in aisle 13, was it?
It wasn't in aisle 13, but this was one of my favorite Carrie Luke picture.
Sherry and I were just talking about that, and I can't find those glasses. I think I might have thrown them away.
Speaking of memories, does this bring back any memories to anybody?
Asshole Alley. Asshole Alley.
Yes, it sure does. It sure does.
Remember
the great Bruce Ring.
Yes.
Remember the Jefferson. Well, really, Bruce Ring. Was it Bruce Ring, or was it really Shannon that started?
I think it was Bruce Ring down.
We weren't charter members. We just got adopted.
We got inducted.
I think it was Bruce Ring there in Jeff City.
It probably was, because that was probably earlier than Shannon.
I kind of think, because you had him on a stake. Remember, you had him on a.
Yeah, because that one time that Grandpa Cheese didn't show up, and we put his spot for lease.
Yeah, we were just down there in that corner at Jeff City.
Was that Randy that we put the spot for lease on?
Probably both of us, you bastards.
Somebody didn't show up one. Somebody didn't show up one year. and we put their spot up for lease.
Maybe that's how we got in.
It very well could have been. It very well
But
could
then
have
we
been
never
how
went
you
back.
got in.
After the women stole Bruce's wheel chocks and burnt them in the fire pit.
Oh, wait. I found it. 2012. Oh, no. Look at this.
D-Dub, be
It was-
nice.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh.
It was Twyford. It was Twyford
Oh,
that didn't
you-
show
I-
up
I told
that
you.
year, and we put his spot for lease.
You
That's
subbed
right.
me out, you bastard. God damn
Yeah,
it.
so we had Grandpa. It was Twyford that didn't show up that year in 2000. That was 2012.
But it's
Jesus
Randy that we have to thank for our friendship, D-Dub, because if it wasn't for Randy, we'd have never met.
Yeah.
Remember, Randy? You invited
Yes,
us to go to
very much
Minnesota
so.
to cook on the ice.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Fire
no,
on
I
ice.
think you're wrong. I think
Oh.
you're wrong. Where
Okay.
we really first met was that meth lab contest down there in Southern Illinois.
Boy, memory's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, the contest down there by Centralia.
Yeah, that's where you and that's where you met. Twyford and us met. But then
Yeah,
Randy,
that's
you
where
invited
you-
us to go to Minnesota,
Right,
and that's
right.
where we met Darren and Sherry.
Yeah, because that contest down by Centralia was a muddy goddamn thing, and I was the only fool walking around in the mud. And I remember stopping by and like, hey, how you guys doing? Because I forget. I think I was with Joel, and God only knows what was
Smoky
happening.
Joel.
I was with Joel hanging out
My-
in that deal.
We know there was Mai Tais. That was it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I found another quick picture of that Jeff City contest of Randy sitting at Bruce Ring's ice cream place looking all pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Because he probably shorted me fries or something.
I knew this was going to be a good idea.
Didn't he have
That was
hot
a great
dogs
con-
too or something?
Yeah, he had chili dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chili
chili
dogs.
dogs.
He had
That
chili
was his main
dogs.
thing, and the barbecue was kind of a side item. And then I think the barbecue ended up being a main item for him. He started doing a lot of catering and stuff. And
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's in Texas. Old Bruce Ring.
really,
He retired. Yeah, he called me
Hell,
up.
he's been
It
retired
hasn't been
for
that long
years.
ago, maybe 3 or 4 months. You know, he was the head of finance for the state of Missouri for years, in
Right.
charge of their entire portfolio. And he told me a long time ago, he says, hey, my job is not to make any money. My job is just don't lose any. Right. So he had all these investment companies and whatever, and he got ready to retire. And so him and Beth were building a house on a lake down in Texas. I said, what are you going to do? And he goes, oh, I already got another job. I said, what's the other job? And he goes, oh, I got 3 or 4 rich guys in Missouri that now I'm in charge of their investments. And my job is don't lose any money. And so he's working remotely. He's working remotely of managing finances for 3 or 4 rich guys. I asked him if he wanted to take you. I asked him if he wanted to take, Randy and I on, but he couldn't.
I bet he just shook his head. Just shook his head.
Speaking of Bruce's, remember Lynn Bruce?
Lynn Bruce,
Randy?
Yeah.
Lynn and Dot.
Yes,
Wrapped your
very much
trailer
so.
in Arthur.
Remember you wrapped his trailer in saran wrap?
Who?
It was Randy's
Lynn Bruce?
trailer, wasn't it?
Oh, he wrapped Randy's?
No,
Didn't-
my trailer got wrapped. My trailer got
Okay.
wrapped.
Yeah, Bruce did that.
Yeah. Lynn
Yeah.
Bruce did it? I didn't think
Yeah,
he
he
had
was-
the gumption to do that.
No, well, I don't know who helped him, but he was in on.
It's the wrap.
Yeah.
That's probably why he lost his
He-
job.
Do what?
That's probably why he lost his job.
No, I
Didn't
think there were some
KCBS
other
fire
things
him after that? I mean,
I think there were some other things that caused him to lost his job, and my all-time.
Hold on.
Second surprise.
well, there she
Hey.
is.
There's a second.
My friend.
How are we going to hear it? Here, let's see.
Give
Sherry,
her one
can you hear?
AirPod.
Hi.
Hey, Sheriff.
Hello.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
what's up?
This is the only way we can get Sherry on the podcast.
It's very exciting, so don't get used to it.
When she walked in, I'm like, okay, right.
I tried. Listen, I texted Sherry 6 weeks ago. I've been really trying for this one, and I wasn't sure if we were gonna get lucky enough, and we did. So this is a win. She said, "I'll pop on real quick. I'll just walk in," and I said, "That's all I need. That's all I need."
You're the best, Worth.
Oh, I don't know about that, but he always gets what he wants, and evidently Emma does too.
Yes.
And I'm so surprised. 10 o'clock on a payroll morning.
Yeah, I was.
Right?
When she texted me and she said I can pop on, and I said this is a dream come true. I didn't.
Don't get used to it.
Don't get used to it. Yeah.
Don't get used to it.
How are you?
Who?
Am I missing Carrie?
Carrie Luke, she wants to know.
Who's there? You and Brian?
Yeah, well, you can't see. She doesn't want to be on the.
Oh my gosh!
She doesn't want to be on camera.
So you can't see Carrie?
Even I made it on. No.
No, we can't see either one of you.
Yeah, yes, you can. You
Okay.
can.
Oh, there she is.
It's just Darren.
Okay.
It's just Darren.
I'm here.
I can see Brian's left ear and Carrie's right ear.
He just has his settings all messed up.
Oh,
no, you guys are good. It's all great.
I kind
this
of
is
look
fantastic.
like, what's that one show that used to be on? A man named Brady. Oh, the Brady Bunch. Kind of reminds me of the Brady Bunch. All four of us on the screen here.
Oh yeah. Let's
Yeah,
get 6
got a
more
little
people
great
on here.
Yeah, that really is.
I'm just pumped I understood that reference.
Yeah,
I don't always get
that's
Randy's
true.
references.
Lots of memories. Lots of memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you have
Lots
to say
of-
Lynn Bruce was a pretty good rep.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He was a lot of fun.
He
He scared the
Had that big
bejesus
old-
out of me.
how's
He
that?
scared the bejesus out of me one time when we were at Mount Carmel, Mount Carmel,
Yeah, I think it was Mount Carmel.
Indiana. He knocked on right in the middle of turn-ins. He knocks on our door, and he comes in and he has this box, and there's nothing in it but parsley. He said, "Carrie, is this your box?" I said, "Well, I hope not." And he said, "I think this is your box, and you didn't put anything in it." And I had a
Oh, shit.
heart attack on the spot. And then he just busts out laughing and says, "No, it's really not your box, but this really did happen. I'm on my way to their site to tell them."
I've heard him do that
I
shit.
thought, oh my God, because I would do something that dumb. But
We had
It's-
Lou Miller. We had Lou Miller do that one time to us in Marshalltown. He brought back, and he wasn't even the damn rep. He was the contest organizer, and he showed up with a box full of parsley with a condom rolled out in it. He goes, "Hey, we got a problem." What? And he says, he opens it up and he says, "Your chicken was rubbery today." That's back when barbecue was fun, and now
Yes.
everybody would just have a fit if something like that
Oh
happened.
shit!
Barbecue
They'd have him
was
called
fun.
up on the carpet, wouldn't they?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
What were
there'd be
those
a board
people's-
meeting.
those old
they'd
people's
they'd
name?
They'd have a board
in
meeting.
Indiana.
Oh, Charles. Hey,
Well,
Randy, how about
Kettle.
when we were?
Charles and Velma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Velma.
And old Ket got her all drunk up that one night after the contest.
Yeah, he
Remember
did get
that?
her a little South.
Yep.
Sta- Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
She drank a little too much Sweet Lucy.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a name we haven't heard for a while. It's Keck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis Keck.
Yep.
Lots of memories. He's still serving snouts and jewelry
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
on the east side of St. Louis.
Well, that's about the only place you can probably sell snouts or snoots.
Remember he used to come into, we'd be having Friday night happy hour in the bar, and he'd walk in with his case full of rings trying to sell shit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Old Dennis Keck.
And I think Q-Out was kind of his broker, if you want to know the truth. Q-Out was always involved in his jewelry somehow, trying to sell. Well, this is a real good buy. This is Mike, you don't know fiddly fuck, you know.
Sherry keeps coming in and out of the.
Oh,
Sherry
Kiwi.
keep coming out of the screen.
I am. No
It's fine.
direct questions for me. I can go.
No direct questions for Sherry. Any
Well,
other
I
questions
always-
for Sherry?
Well, I feel like there's one big one. Like, what's it like being married to the biggest pain in the ass I know?
Here, would you want to take the mic and answer that?
Oh, don't put me on the spot. It's an adventure every day.
She knows.
It's like, the hamster on the wheel. He never stops. It never stops moving.
That's a good way to describe D-Dub, honestly.
Yeah.
Always.
The hamster's
Always going.
always moving, and his mind's always moving. So, it's
Yeah.
a treat every day.
I think Sherry's about ready to slow down, and Darren's not ready to slow down. She started to hint last night. She wanted to go to Lowe's, and of course, me being the loving husband said, "Would you like me to go with you?" Right, and I did. Right,
Yep,
I did.
that's the story. Yes.
So I went there, and then on the way back, just out of thing, going, "Are we going to be doing this in 15 years?" I'm like, well, why would we stop, honey?
Well,
You know?
the breakfast restaurant's cool. I'm glad he finally is getting a breakfast restaurant, but I've also told him then after that we're done. But I think we all know we're not.
You're not.
No, you're not done.
Here's my one question. Are
Okay.
they all making money? Yep.
Oh.
Mostly, yes.
Okay, good.
Mostly yes.
Yeah, mostly yes.
Just depends what day it is, right?
Yep.
So how is the new
You can't
restaurant?
say you
Yeah.
can't say too many bad things because hell, all the employees listen to this damn thing too. I'm sitting there going, "Hey, I heard on the podcast." I'm like, "You're not supposed to listen to this shit. I'm not censoring my stuff."
I don't have bad things to say about the employees.
No, so-
I just need an exit strategy.
How's the
someday.
restaurant going? Well, she's closing on Tuesday. Hopefully, we're going to close the financial deal on Tuesday. We'll see if that happens. And then we got a bunch of shit we got to do.
Those
So
Pop Tarts looked amazing.
We're gonna kick off. We're gonna kick off the Own a Breakfast restaurant in true style. We're leaving town and going to Kansas City to the NASCAR race.
That'll be fun. You need to do that.
Yeah.
Get away.
Yes.
Get away a little. Turn that brain off for one weekend, D-Dub. Just one weekend.
We need to be asshole deep into it is what we need to be doing, but that's okay.
Why that analogy?
As you can see,
What?
Emma likes our
Emma doesn't
Darren
like
and
your
I's
analogy.
comments.
This is Emma every week. Emma does that face every single week.
Well, you say some pretty absurd things every single week.
What? What? Like asshole deep?
She has
Exactly.
a valid point.
Exactly
I mean,
that.
we're asshole deep,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
We're asshole deep in the
Stop.
shit. It's up to our asshole, Emma.
Okay.
It's pretty simplistic stuff.
And then she criticizes
Oh,
some of
geez.
my language, which I can't.
Well, that's-
I find it's kind of
Of
like
an
what
evening?
the fuck, you know.
Of an, that's
Of an
what-
evening.
Did we ever talk about my intramural football team in college? Stop the bus and let my brother jack off.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
Jesus.
my favorite team.
Yeah, this is what it's like for me.
This is what it's like to live with him.
Emma.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I only do this for like an hour or two a week now, and it's great. But that's like plenty.
24/7. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yep. I know.
He's something.
He is.
He is something.
He's something. Yeah, the Pop Tarts. You mentioned those Pop Tarts. So
Yeah.
the Pop Tarts. I made a batch, and the night before, test batch, and put them in. And Sherry's like, "You overcooked them." I'm like, "I didn't overcook them. You overcooked them. Okay, I'll make another batch." So I made another batch the next day. But she's like, "You need twice as much filling." Well, the recipe I'm following says do not overfill; it will spill out. But we put twice as much filling in, and watched it all spill out.
But you didn't overcook them, so they were much better.
I let Sherry do Tim, so they were much better. So
Yes.
might do round 3 today. I've been playing around. I had some pie crust in the refrigerator, just store bought pie crust. I think I'm going to go get the Smoky D's pie crust and try it out today. We
Yeah, that
might
would be
take
good.
dessert to dinner if we find time.
Sounds good.
Oh, we have to make some homemade strawberry jam, because we're out of jam. Sherry ate it all.
How
That's
about
a good
blueberry? Blueberry Pop Tarts are my favorite.
Yeah, well, we could try the blueberry jam today.
That sounds good. Blueberry jam.
Yeah.
We're trying
Or
to
cherry.
practice jam, because with
Yeah.
the new restaurant being It's Your Jam, you got to have homemade jam, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So I'm
right.
trying to play around with those recipes.
You need
the
that
fact of the
recipe.
matter is,
You need that recipe from
What?
that lady in Wisconsin.
Washington Island.
Yeah.
No.
yeah, I should
kidding.
send Dick a message and say, hey, what's the scoop there? But, the fact of the matter is, I'm not sure we can pull off making that much jam.
Right.
But I do know a guy that has a factory right up the street that makes jam that he could probably custom make a jam for us. That way we can bottle it and it'll be canned and bottled with the It's My Jam Cafe logo. So,
Yeah.
Of course he knows a
Yep.
guy.
That'd be
He
awesome.
always knows a guy.
of course
Until
I
that,
know.
though,
He
you
always
can
knows
freeze
guy.
it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's
Yeah.
expensive to make jam. Hell, that pound of strawberries was we used frozen strawberries in it. Just thought we'd use that for ease rather than trying to do fresh. It was $8.99 a pound, and
You're
that
watching
made a pound of strawberries made 1 pint jar.
Are you watching the
Yikes.
sugar market? The sugar
Yeah,
market's going out
well,
of sight.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's up about 40% here in the last probably 6 weeks.
Wow.
And they say there might even be
Yeah,
a shortage by
that's-
fall.
That's
my
Randy's
goodness.
president doing that.
Jeez.
Good thing we're on video
Why?
Why?
because there might be repercussions from that comment Darren made.
Okay, kids.
Okay.
Sherry, thank you so
Adios.
much for even just popping in. I'm
Yeah.
pumped.
seeing you,
Our
Sheriff.
friends are gonna be so excited.
Thanks for inviting
Sherry's
This
us.
is awesome.
We got to run,
And
D.
she's
Yeah.
We got to run. We got to get some Murdochs. It's chicken day.
Murdoch's chicken.
Fried chicken?
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yes.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, it's oh my God, it's good.
You've talked about that.
It's good.
That place has good fried
Oh,
chicken.
it's good.
It's the best.
Super
A
good.
dozen pieces in a bucket for $20 and
Yeah.
two
Wow.
sides.
And
today.
2 sides.
That sounds
And two
delicious.
sides.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good. It's so good. It's worth driving over there for.
Should we send pictures?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd send pictures.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
send a picture.
please
I'd
do.
like to see it.
Please do.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're headed
Well,
All
I
that
right.
appreciate
way.
you guys.
So,
All
I
right.
appreciate you
Thanks,
guys
Emma.
joining.
Good to see you.
you guys
Yeah.
have
See you
fun.
guys.
See ya.
Bye.
You bet.
Yep.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm gonna get you guys off. There you go.
Oh, that was a pleasant surprise.
I
There
was
might be
guessing
more.
another-
Who knows?
I know. I was guessing another one, but
Maybe. Who knows?
I can
There could be
almost
more.
guess one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Who knows?
maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see where it takes us. But yeah.
Lots of memories. Lots of memories. Especially with the Lukes, because
Yeah.
people for one point thought we were so close with the Lukes
Mhm.
that because the beauty of the Lukes is they owned their own business, and they always had the ability to travel.
Mhm.
Right, just like Sherry and I. I mean, we have this great business, and we have great people in our business. And so we've always been able to we're not tied to the business on a daily basis. So
Right.
it was like, hey, let's go to Cancun. Okay, we're in. Count us in. Don't even have to look at the calendar. We're in. Right. And
That's fun.
so they were a lot of fun to travel with. Whereas, Randy, he was like just getting started. So
Yeah.
every time we got together with Randy, he made us work.
Oh, that
Well-
hypothetical. Hypothetical.
Which I still love. I still like.
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say you still work on your vacations. Don't
Yeah.
Oh
no
yeah.
shit.
No,
Don't lie about that.
One
got
of my,
you, Randy.
One of my
Thank you.
dream days would probably be putting, put Carrie, Luke, and Randy and I on the damn food truck.
that was,
Oh, that'd
be
that
a
sounds like it'd be a
blast.
good day.
Oh God, it'd just be so much fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would.
We'd have so much fun.
I believe that. I would like to document that moment. I feel like it'd be pretty awesome. But so my mom pitched this episode idea when I started thinking like I need to do something big for our 1 year. What should I do? And she said you need to get some guests on, kind of like SmartList does. And I was like, that's a good idea. That's a
'Cause we
great
never have
idea.
guests. Yep.
Right. And it'd just be like a fun, like, hey, kind of thing. I don't know. And so the original plan was Sherry. And it took a lot of convincing. I'm really pumped she joined. I've been bothering her.
I could not believe that she joined.
It took a lot.
Blew my mind.
So yeah, like I said, I texted her like 6 weeks ago and I was like, hey, I'm trying to plan ahead. I'm trying to do this big episode for the guys. She's like, I'll think about it. And then I gave her like a week or two and I followed up and I was like, what are you thinking? So I knew I was going to need a plan B just in case. She's like, I don't want to do it. And I was like, that's totally fine. I understand. And then once I got Brian and Carrie on, or to agree to it, and
then she agreed to it.
Well, no, then she was like, okay, maybe. And I was like, well, you wouldn't be the only one. I promise. She's like, okay, maybe. And then she sent me a text Friday night. And she's like, I don't think it's going to work. And I was like, it's okay. I understand. And then this morning, literally like 5 seconds before I hit record, she texted me and she said, I can be there in like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, do whatever you can. That's totally great. Thank you so much. Like, she's like, I'll just pop in. I said, that's all I need. The fact you're going to be on is a win. So I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. She says
she joined.
She says she doesn't even listen. I think she listens.
Maybe. Yeah. We have quite a few listeners. I'm really proud of us in the last year. We've really done not bad.
How many listeners do you think we're up to?
I say we're probably, based off downloads and views from YouTube.
We're at least 6 or 7.
Yeah,
at
least.
Okay. Hell yes. Maybe 10?
Between downloads and views on YouTube, assuming that people don't listen to a podcast, download it, and then go watch it on YouTube as well, we are at about 400 listeners, and that's without downloads. So if I had to estimate, we're probably at about 550, to be honest, maybe even more than that. So we have a good it's a little following, but it's a following, so I'll take it. Hey guys, Emma here. We actually decided to end the episode right here. We ended up recording for about 2 hours and thought it would just be best to split them up into 2 episodes. So tune in next week for part 2 of our 1-year anniversary episode. We hope you guys enjoyed part 1. If you haven't yet, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod or find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Please follow us on stuff, download episodes, subscribe to our YouTube channel, do all the things because that helps us know how many people are really out there. And we love our listeners, so we just want to get a head count. Randy will be really mad if I forget to do this. So, boom, we're out. That is episode 54 of Cue the Mic. We'll see you guys next week for part 2.